Hello, everybody. Joe Bagadonis here, and welcome back for what I'm gonna assume is gonna be the conclusion of the Sayoko route here. Considering the fact we have no more choices, and it seems like anything that comes up now is an automatic event that's just gonna play out on its own. No more choices for me, which means we're just staying home forever until until the game ends. So, like, for a month. We're just getting the stay at home option. But yeah, it's been really fucking hot here lately. Like, it hasn't been good. Not sure if I talked about this last time, or if that was on the last Utawara Du Mono video I did. But it's toasty. It's nasty out. Like, been in the high 90s, broken 3 digits, and then, factor in the humidity because I live in a fucking swamp. A real feel goes up to like 107, like icky. And you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, the house I'm staying in, awful, terrible, like zero insulation. I go upstairs to go to bed last night, and I take my little digital thermometer thing, like a little household one, where it displays like temperature, humidity, all that stuff. I think it capped out at 95 because it was definitely hotter than 95 in my bedroom, but it just wouldn't display any higher than that. So I did not sleep the greatest last night. It was like sleeping on a funeral pyre when I went to go lie down on my bed. Like, the mattress was noticeably hot. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, it's been warm in here, it's got some residual temperature. Like, no, it was a hot mattress. And all my sheets were hot, my pillows were hot, my blankets were hot. I opened up the window. It was still like in the low 90s at night, so it didn't really let any nice cool night air in. So I pretty much just had to go, like, butt-ass fucking naked, no sheets, just, well, the big sheet on the bed, but nothing on top of me, just raw dog it, with, like, 2 fans blowing on me, because I haven't put in my window AC upstairs yet, because I'm psychotic and mentally ill, and for whatever reason, I just don't want to. It's very strange. I know it doesn't make any sense. But I'm like, oh, if I do, then, like, I'll use more electricity. Bugs will get in my room because it's got, like, the bad fucking screen that extends the rest of the way across the window that's supposed to block, the elements and animals from getting in, but doesn't really do a good job because these window units are so fucking old. Yeah. I'm just crazy. Also, it's like, I'm already using all my outlets under the window for, like, my phone charger and the fan, and it's like, either I sacrifice not being able to charge my phone and then it dies in the night, or my fan, and I'm like, oh, but I really need the air blowing on me, because even if the fucking AC's pumping in the cold air, if it's not blowing over me, what's the goddamn point? So that's what I've been struggling with. Currently sitting downstairs where it's better. It's like low 80s because I have all the blinds closed, all the curtains drawn. I have my fan and AC unit behind me going. And even if it's like, oh, like low 80s, like that's psychotically hot for room temperature in someone's own home. It's like, yeah, but if you were just cooking in an easy bake oven upstairs all night, you come down to that, it's like, what a nice, refreshing, cool temperature. Let me go throw on my robe so that way I don't get chilly. But hopefully, this little heat wave will blow over soon-ish. And I won't have to, like, go crazy. It also makes taking a shower a pain, and do we not get a Sayoko Valentine's event? Hello? Wow, what a bitch. Nothing even in the mail? You know, no obligation chocolate? Damn. Damn, that's crazy. When I wake up, I find myself too restless to stay inside, so I head out. Maybe it's just the frustration from not being able to see Yuki or Sayako. That's probably why my feet end up taking me to the music store. Comic Sans, bottom left, it just instantly ripped my attention away from anything else. I'm like, bad font choice. Comic Sans, I don't like. A lot more posters lining the walls. Rina and Yuki's smiling faces are both on eye level to the right and left of the checkout counter. The other girls on display are all performers in the music festival. Sayoko being one of them. The poster I saw the staff taking down the other day due to backlash around the bad press about her is now back up like nothing happened. Sayoko's situation since then has changed considerably. With the entertainment industry abuzz about the music festival, all the negative gossip about Sayoko has faded into the background. Even the tabloid that devoted an entire piece to blasting Sayoko is busy covering the festival. Of course, most of the articles are devoted to Rina, but there are prosaic? Okay. Pieces scattered here and there mentioning Sayoko as well. As if that horrible article filled with aggressive question marks never existed at all. No one is to blame for that. But I found myself unable to rejoice in the tranquility. Although I'm sure the sponsor who decided to drop Sayoko in face of those nasty rumors is probably regretting it about now. All I can do is try to let go of my pent-up anger. As I look at Sayoko's poster, I feel a dull ache in my chest. I hope she's doing okay. I wonder if she's taking her training seriously. Is she learning any new techniques? Even though I know it's not really my business, I can't help but worry. Rina is the obvious candidate for first place, but as the up-and-coming artist right now, Yuki is close behind. Sayoko doesn't really stand a chance when compared to those two. Yeah, real dark horse candidate in the running. No matter how hard she tries, there's a limit to how much progress she can realistically make. I wonder if Sayoko, who's putting everything on the line, will be met with polite applause and sarcastic smiles. That night, when we got the call about the music festival, I didn't think twice about encouraging her. But as time goes on, I only grow more worried about the what-ifs. Her poster brings me my anxiety swirling back. That night, I still didn't fully understand what a big deal this entire event is. Seeing everything take place on the TV screen makes it feel harmless and safe. But with everyone talking excitedly about the music festival, it's becoming incredibly clear how influential it is. There's no ignoring the steadily growing fervor gripping the nation, to the point where the topic itself is inescapable. If Sayoko makes any kind of mistake during her performance, the hatred towards her reemerge once the excitement over the music festival passes. Oh, the abuse could easily resume under the guise of impartial criticism. Rush in and push and shove to get the chance to kick her while she's down. The marks left when they first took the poster down are still visible. Wonder how long the tape will last this time around. My heart beats out in time with the music playing in the store. Sounds like one of Yuki's songs, but the voice following the familiar sounding intro belongs to someone else. I realize I've been holding my breath and release it. Almost like a sigh of relief. I'm suddenly overwhelmed with guilt for only worrying about Sayoko. To be fair, feeling guilty isn't a new sensation for me. The feeling I've been struggling with are so obvious that I can't lie to myself about it anymore. Whose face do you dream about? And whose is a hesitant second thought? Be honest with yourself. Who do you really hope wins? Your girlfriend, who's only growing more distant? Or the girl who's always with you? Be honest. Wow, he's actually, having a bit of a reckoning with it this time instead of just it happening and him being like, oh, I guess I guess we're doing this now. Woo! Music festival is rapidly approaching. With its dazzling spotlights, thunderous applause, and a dark shadow hanging over the festivities. Oh, we just jumped right to the end. Oh, I should have tacked this on to the back of last episode. Fuck! Oh, shit. Ah! I thought we'd have a lot more interim. Oh, yikes. Oh, blow up in my face. I'm gonna have to start the next route. As the sun sinks below the city skyline in all of its vermilion glory, the news channel starts its live coverage of the music festival. I pause in front of the sink, soapy dishes in hand. I've had the TV on all evening. Naturally, I've tuned to the channel broadcasting the music festival. Ugh. There's still quite a ways to go until the show actually starts. Not to mention the overview of past winners and nominees for each category. And yet, all I want to do is plant myself in front of the TV. There are several awards given out during the festival. First place, excellence, and honorable mention. Out of all the prizes, the most prestigious first place, well, probably go to Reno Gata. Same sweet Rena I'm friends with. However, there are plenty of talented and unique singers performing in the competition, many of whose names even I've heard before. And among them is one I know very well, Sayoko. Wish I could cheer on from the venue itself, but the general public isn't allowed in. The only thing I can do is watch from my apartment. Oh, I keep yawning. Ugh. All the while feeling like I've abandoned Sayoko in the middle of paradise. No, it's the phone. Nobody could be calling me right now. I was trying not to sneeze right there. I had to force it back. Everyone I know is participating in the music festival today. That must be a spam caller. I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm sure they'll give up soon enough. Oh, they really want to talk to me. Yes? Hello? Yeah, it's Sayoko calling you freaking the fuck out. Come off a little more annoyed than intended. But only greeted with a silence. Who's this? I hear a muffled voice coming from the receiver. Start speaking before my mind has time to catch up. Sayoko? What's wrong? The music festival's about to start, right? There what sounds like wind coming from the other end of the line. Sayoko? It's been like 2 weeks. The voice sounds like she's clinging to the phone. I can hear the tears in her voice. She needs me right now. That much is crystal clear. I'm on my way. Where should we meet? Where are you right now? Some kind of? It's not just some kind of park. It's the one near Bukicho Station. Okay, I'll be right there, so don't move. I'm hanging up. What? Good. I'll be right there. I slammed the receiver down before yanking my coat from the hanger. I shoved my feet into my shoes before racing out of the door. The muffled sound of the TV I forgot to turn off follows me into the hallway. I leave the city lights behind me as I run through the night. By the time I get to the park, I'm out of breath. Where's Sayoko? I spot someone in a coat by the fountain. I'm hit by a burst of emotion, giving me the strength to run over. Sayoko! Long time no see, huh? Our conversation cuts off at that point, and in such a rush to see her that I find myself suddenly embarrassed, standing there in front of her. Despite most likely having been training for every hour of every day until now, she looks surprisingly chipper. But her inability to look me in the eyes is concerning. How you feeling? At this level, it all boils down to what you can do. And giving it everything you've got. Are you sick? Something is clearly wrong. Sayoko, did something happen?
別に何も。
Sayoko? When I press her, I can tell there's a problem in the way she hesitates. She finally raises her head, and I notice a glimmer of anxiety in her gaze.
どうしよう。
What do you mean? You go on the stage and you sing the song?
全然間に合ってない。
She murmurs quietly, her face deadly pale. Her agitation is enough to send my heart racing. But you've been training this whole time, right?
したよ。一生懸命。
Well, you did start
全然
kind
追い
of
つか
late.
ないの。
You know, the other contestants have been going for like months at this point, and you just started like with 2 weeks notice, so really the best you can do is hope to do is just go out there and try your best.
あれだけ必死に頑張ったのに背中も見えてこない。あんなの勝てるはずない。
The other singers are waiting for her on that stage, the main stage of the music festival, their radiance dazzling in the limelight.
私これから比べられるんだ。完璧な歌や声と。
Yeah, but you know, if it's too perfect, you know, real production quality, there's lacks charm, you know.
比べられるんだ。
She shrugs her shoulders, likely anticipating the ending she knows is waiting for her. Even her shadow seems to shrink in the glow of the street lamp. Her efforts up until now have clearly helped her grow in a lot of ways, only making her more aware of how capable her opponents are in this battle. She needs to close the distance between them. But from her perspective, she's the same as before. Meanwhile, her competition only seems to grow fiercer. They get bigger the closer she gets. From her position right now, I'm sure those other singers seem like giants.
もう誰にも見られたくない。
Unable to stand, she sits on the edge of the fountain.
誰も私を呼ばないで。
Neither the glow of the arena lights nor the cries of the audience can reach her here. She can't even stand on her own 2 feet without help, her head hung sadly. She looks like a shellfish sinking into the ocean. Odd turn of phrase, but okay. She refuses to move. And here I stand, unable to offer any kind of word of encouragement. Because I know what she really wants. The pressure from the music festival is suffocatingly intense, yet she's not trying to run from it. If she was, she would have come to my apartment, not called me on the phone to meet her here. And yet she's still stuck. In this park, slowly freezing in the cold air. Disregarding the sadness in her eyes, and the darkness in her heart, she still clings to hope. There's still courage left to squeeze out. Sayoko. So, I repeat a question I asked her once before. You like singing? With her head still bowed, she doesn't move a muscle. But I know she heard me. So I wait. How long will it take? Finally, I hear her murmured response.
歌が好き。歌うのもみんなに聞いてもらうのも。
No, that's all you gotta do then. Go on the stage and sing for yourself, not for the judges or the crowd or anyone else.
才能もないくせに。でも他じゃダメなの。
Unable to hold them back, her tears pour down her flushed cheeks.
ダメなのよ。諦めきれないの。
Her true feelings finally put into words soak into the dry ground at her feet. She slowly raises her head. Tears have drawn out her buried emotions. Her face contorts into the mask of grief as she sobs like a child.
ようやくどうしよう。全部なくしちゃう。下手くそだった歌まで
Ah, you'll be fine.
何もなくなっちゃうよ。
Oh, you'll still have your stunning good looks. You can go be that gravure idol. Or model. No more words are necessary. I wrap both my arms around her. Like I'm protecting her against the chill of the night wind. Finally, the warmth begins to spread through me. I have no regrets. My adoration for her sweeps it all away. Don't cry too loud. You don't want to ruin your voice. I mean, girls with like husky voices are like cute in their own way, but you probably don't want to go up and get in front of the mic for the first time with it and you not be prepared. Don't worry, because I know how dazzlingly bright you can shine, as bright and brilliant as a rainbow. There are enough street lamps around the city for me to see the menacing clouds, even in the dark. But, despite the unsettling weather overhead, the doubt and anxiety in our hearts is gone. With time quickly running out, Sayoko's tears finally dry up.
僕見て歌ってくる
Her voice from within my, Her voice from within my embrace is faint. Okay. Took me a second to understand the sentence. My brain just did not compute. But I can tell she's more or less back to normal. Have you stopped shaking?
全然でも行く
Yeah, just like move around and dance when you're on the stage. That way they can't see you fucking shaking like a newborn foal. Feeling her push me back gently, I let go. I could wait for you outside the venue.
来ないで
She shakes her head firmly.
ここで待っててお願い
I guess she really doesn't want me seeing her at her most vulnerable. Crawling on the ground, her spirit broken. But she says she'll fight. And I don't want to get in the way of that. Okay, I understand. I'll wait. Right here. She closes her eyes as if considering my words, replaying them in her mind.
ありがとう
I'll be cheering you on from here.
うん聞こえてたよずっとそれじゃあ
Alright, bye. Smile still seems forced, but at least there's no longer any trace of her tears. Good. Get out of here.
行ってきます
I thought he was gonna say like, go on, get out there, like get on the stage, but no, get out of here. And I'm like, oh, I messed up the reading. Oh. She swirls around and runs towards the station. I watch her until she disappears from view. Sayoko Kisaragi might be an imposter when it comes to singing, but she stood on that main stage with her head held high, despite her nerves. And at some point, she'll no longer be simply imitating those around her. I'm sure of it. I know it in my heart. Those with the courage to live their lives will learn to not fear the light, especially because she will become that light. Now it'll happen someday. It's just a matter of time. Icy wind blows through the deserted park, but I don't notice the cold at all. Who are the people cheering if they're like, I guess it's just like not general admittance. There's probably like you can pay $5,000 to get a ticket. Makes sense that there'd be a crowd at least, not just like empty bleachers with like a judge's panel. It would just look bad on TV that way. It's starting to snow. It's hard to see, but the cold, wet flakes falling on my face are definitely snow. The music festival is long over, based on the clock in the park. But Sayoko is still nowhere to be seen. I left once to get myself a canned coffee from the vending machine, But it isn't far from the spot, meaning there's no way I could have missed her. Her telling me to wait right here for her is a clear indication that she's still stressed and upset. So, I continue waiting. At times like this, I wish I had some portable way to contact her. I'm curious how the festival went. Oh yes, oh, if only there was some device that you could, like, it's like a phone, but you can use it anywhere. Weird. I wonder who won first place. I wonder how Sayoko did. I find myself pacing in order to deal with the panic that only gets worse with each passing thought. Must be a TV somewhere around the station, right? I'm pacing again. I'm spiraling as my thoughts run wild. I'm gonna lose my mind if I stay here any longer. Step out of the park for a second. Just a moment. I won't be gone long. Be right back. Just leave a note for her in case she shows up. There. Gotta hurry. Most of the stores lining the street leading to the station have already pulled down their shutters, including the electronics store. Trying to find one that's still open is an exercise in futility. And the Abukicho station doesn't have anything like an electronic billboard. It's just gone back to my apartment. A stupid lapse in judgment. I really should get back to the park. Just as I'm about to give up, a TV screen suddenly appears before my eyes. A bar so small, it's standing room only. A bulky old TV is set up just inside the bar, placed high in a corner where everyone can see it. Must have been tuned to the music festivals that just finished, since it's on the right channel. Right now, the news is playing. I'm lucky that this bar isn't that big. I'm able to see the TV clearly, even from the street. The news segment looks like it's still got a bit to go. Are you gonna report on the festival results? At that moment, the headline "Music Festival" appears on the screen. I clicked a little early. What did I say? On the TV screen. I guessed right. My eyes reflexively focus on the words. Displayed on the breaking news ticker. The text runs across the bottom, has relevant information. I read the text as it rolls, holding my breath. Winner is... I strain my eyes to keep up with the text. The Music Festival. The grand prize winner is Rino Gata. The text continues flowing across the screen. The breath I've been holding unconsciously rises into the night air in front of me in a sigh. Most magazines had predicted as much. The result matches everyone's predictions. Yet, I still find myself in shock. The results are in. Sayoko didn't win. Wait, Sayoko! She must be pretty depressed, no doubt about it. I hurry back to the park. The ground is covered in a light dusting of snow and scattered footprints. I head to the middle of the park through the late season snowfall. I'm running like my feet have a mind of their own. There's Sayoko. For a brief moment, I wonder if she's someone else, because she barely acknowledges me upon spotting me. Hey, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. She seems to be someone in shock. Is she sad because Reno won first place? Your vague response is throwing me off. She's holding something. What is it? Looks exactly like a trophy, but it's incredibly small. Hey, you get the honorable mention? The object Sayoko is holding in her trembling grip is indeed a trophy. Yet, I can tell she has no intention of letting it go. I tilt my head so that I can read the word on the side. Encouragement award. Oh. You got a participation trophy. Nice. Good job. That's what the foil stamped letters spell out. I'm guessing it's some kind of reward for persistence. And based on the size, it's pretty obvious that it's situated somewhere below the top 3 spots. What is it? She looks completely flustered, voice trembling. She's clinging to this tiny trophy. Calm down, Sayoko. Just tell me what's going on. She's not listening to me at all. Well, you never won anything? Even I've won trophies, like, come on. Her eyes are constantly moving, unable to stay still.
賞なんて一度だって
Wow, you just like suck at everything, huh?
なかった
That's the only fact her brain can process. Seems like Rena winning the grand prize isn't even a speck on her radar of consciousness.
トウヤ君
Yes?
私褒められちゃった
I'm sure they did. Because you worked really hard.
トウヤ君頑張ったよすごく頑張ったものすごく頑張った
Oh, that's great.
よかったよかったよ
And then her words devolve into sobs. Oh, what a loser. Oh, that's a real tiny trophy. She's bawling her eyes out. Just like a kid. The word itself may not mean much, but to her, it means the world. God is clearly looking out for her. Because there's no way she could have been able to handle something as big as first place. I can wait for another time.
私もう少し歌っててもいいの
Yeah, they even recognize that you did a good job.
何も取り柄はないけどここにいていいの
I wrap both my arms around her body and nod hard enough that she can feel it. Knock it off, that kind of talk. It's not just for a little longer, but forever. As long as you want, Sayoko. It's a bitterly cold night, and the wind only makes it worse. But here, in each other's arms, none of that matters.
トウヤ君
Our paths initially crossed by chance. We should have continued on our separate ways. But, on a slight whim, we strayed. And somewhere along the way, our everyday lives became intertwined. Then, before long, she became all I could think about. Strong-willed and stubborn. But also, mentally weak and a crybaby. A selfish scaredy cat. Honestly, her flaws tend to outnumber her strengths. And yet I couldn't let her go.
トウヤ君
Partly because she has that iron grip on me and I couldn't get away if I wanted to. I know. I'm here. Oh, yep, just restart the snow animation because we're on a different background. She has no idea how gorgeous the rainbow she holds in her hands is. But I'll do whatever I can to make her see it, no matter how long it might take. And even if she loses sight of her way again, I'll remind her of that fact whenever she turns to me for help. That no matter how much time might pass, the colors in her rainbow will never fade. The one that exists inside her. I'll be here to remind her, forever. There will be tears, smiles, tears, and more tears. We have so many happy memories to look forward to. So many that we'll hardly have time to breathe. Because you'll be crying so much because she's such a failure that you'll forget to breathe. Yep, let's move into that epilogue. Wow, that's great. Oh, is it no epilogue for Sayoko? Ooh, So yeah, I guess. Fuck Yuki, I guess. Just ghost that bitch. Never contact her ever again. That's the only part that doesn't really rub me the right way. Is there's like no that thread, that fucking rope, that narrative rope. It's too big to be a thread. Just completely ignore. They're like, don't worry about that. It happened off screen. Yuki died on the way back to her home planet or something. So that way, you know, him and Sayoko could make out in happiness forever, for eternity. But yeah, all in all, decent route. That's my only complaint, is that it was kind of backloaded a little bit in kind of the romance drama aspect. they did a good job of like endearing me to Sayoko. I like that she had a lot of events. She's a fun character, you know, fun to listen to her talk and banter. Uh, it's good that she's so fucking flawed in so many aspects that you know it's makes her really relatable compared to like sorry Yuki, you are a cardboard cutout of a person, and Rina. Sorry to be honest, you're kind of the same. You know, you got a little bit more depth, but no, not much. Psycho definitely clears those two, followed by Rina, and then Yuki. But like I said, they just kind of completely ignored Yuki there. Like, oh, the only real drama you had with her is Psycho saw her sewing a button on your shirt, and then there was a fight over that, and but then it was fine and never touched on ever again. And I did like fuck off, no OPs. I did like in Rina's route how there was the big fallout and drama of like, yeah, I stole your man, what of it, bitch? And a little epilogue where it's like, yeah, that sure happened. Woo. Sorry, Rina, I'm like flying around the world, going on beach vacation. I mean, sorry, Yuki, I'm going around the world with Rina, going to beach vacations. Haha, having so much fun with my new, better, richer, hotter girlfriend. Hee hee hee. Oh, and I guess we're still friends because you're such a cardboard cutout of a person you can't have proper emotional complexity. But yeah, pretty much said all I wanted to say. If I'm feeling generous, I might record, you know, the beginning of the next route. I think Mana's next, which I'm curious how that's gonna go. Because, well, we saw her twice and really don't know much about her or her story, or because we're pretty much done with the idol shit. Idol shit's over. That shit's getting sidelined. Besides, you know, like the canon story mandatory events with Yuki. But yeah, other than that, it's like, curious to see what that's gonna be like. Like, oh yeah, sorry Yuki, I fucking dumped you for a high schooler. Like, ew. Like, I know she's probably, well, you know, they say on the back of all these boxes that, you know, all the characters are 18 adults, you know. And she is a senior in high school, so it tracks that she could be 18. But the fact that you're, you know, gonna be macking on a high school girl is kind of ick. Even if it's not the age gap. The age gap I don't really care about. Especially like what, he's like fucking 21, 18, 3. Who gives a fuck about 3 years? That only matters when you're super young. But the fact that she's still in high school and you're a college student is kind of yuck. But hey, it is what it is. We'll power on through. And hopefully it'll generate some juicy fucking drama that I can chew on and, you know, provide some interesting commentary to. So, yeah, that's what you got to look forward to. I'm running out of things to ramble about, so I'm just going to call it here. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so it goes on next time for the next episode of White Album Memories Like Falling Snow, where we will start up a new route with Mana and ruin Yuki's life in an entirely different way this time. Catch you guys all there. Later. Bye-bye. Mwah.